indicates that in future we could see drier summers but milder, wetter winters. There's a warning too there could be more flooding in the future. Hannah spoke to one expert earlier.
We can explore some of those issues with Professor Phil Haygarth from Lancaster University. There will be sceptics watching who say that these are natural variations in the weather rather than man-made issues to climate change. What would you say to that?
I would say that climate has always changed through geological time. It has natural oscillations where it goes up and down through the long term. What's happened more recently is human intervention has interfered with the carbon cycle over the recent decades. The carbon dioxide levels have undoubtedly risen, and that manifests itself in the climate regimes that we see. But the models, the data sets are telling us that for the UK we're predicting basically milder, wetter winters and hotter, drier summers.
And you've been doing some work at the River Eden, haven't you, in Cumbria, and what does that show you? What
we found is that rainfall has actually increased by 30% in the winter months at Newton Rig. It's a fact, what's been determined already since the 1960s, looking at that trend from that period of time. But also, if you use the models and use the models to predict what would happen at Newton Rig looking forward to 2050, they're also showing that in the winter months we're going to get an increase in precipitation might be increased by about 15% in the winter. In the summer months, actually, it's going to get drier. It's going to reduce. We're going to get this winter, warmer, wetter winters, and that's going to be quite troublesome for flooding, really. And we've been working with the farmers to try and manage the landscape and slow down the water flows to try and help reduce impacts on the river.
A new sports club for people with disabilities being set up in Dumfries and Galloway. Its aim is to help others following the success of wheel